and welcome to the BodySlam.net AEW Dynamite Post-Show. I am your co-host, Dom Mallon, with co-host of the jaBROnis, the brother show of BodySlam.net. What's up, buddy? What's going on?
What's up? How is everybody doing?
Feels like old times for anybody that's listening that's been following Body Slam for a while. You know that Topher and I first jumped on the Body Slam with False Finish, our own show that we branched out, and now we're covering twice as much ground, but we're circling back around today, and I love it.
Beautiful.
So, all right, before we start off, here's my pledge to the fans, the people that are listening. I will not talk about WWE during this show. I promise, guys. I promise. I promise Cass. I promise you, Toph. And I promise you, the listeners. This is all AEW, all Dynamite, all night long, or until we get tired of it. But overall thoughts of the show, homie Oni. What'd you think?
I liked it. I felt like they covered a lot in the 2 hours. I've shown you my notes before, just going through everything, but overall, I thought it was a good show. There was a couple random things. I mean, we'll get to it at some point. The Rosario Dawson thing.
Book it! Book it! Malachi versus Rosario. Let's do it.
There's some fun stuff, but I mean, do you want to jump right into the show?
The show started off with, before there was any action in the ring, you just feel why AEW is so fun right now. CM Punk comes out. Crowd's into it. Crowd's on fire. He's doing commentary for the night, or at least for the first half. And then right after that, Adam Cole, baby, he comes out. And it's just like, bam, bam, right, hitting the mark. And it's really just people just coming out to the ring with their intros. But it's just it's so cool to see people all together in once, like all of our favorites over the past maybe 8 years or however long it's been that we've been back watching wrestling. I feel like all of our favorites are just popping up over there in the manner that we really grew to love them first, which is outside of WWE. It just feels like the gloves are off with all of these guys. And well, I don't want to jump around too much, but when we saw Bryan Danielson and Omega going back and forth, and just seeing Bryan Danielson cursing, that's it right there. You're not going to see much of that in WWE, but I can't wait for that match to happen. As we know now, we're going to have, among many other matches that are going to be amazing, we're going to get Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson next week at Grand Slam, and that'll be on Dynamite, or did they say that's going to be on Rampage?
That is going to be on Dynamite.
Okay, so and the title's not on the line, which makes me think that Bryan Danielson goes over in his first match, but I'm just excited for the event, the event of the match, the event of the card, the overall card for the night. We'll get into what else is on the card, but I have a whole thing of notes here, and we could just go hit the highlights. I mean, I don't want to be, and in the next quarter hour, this happened, that happened. What are some of the biggest notes that you took for the night? Some of the biggest points for you?
I think I've said it a lot before already, but the Malachi Black entrance, still, every time I see it, not to be crass here, but his entrance, it fucks. That's what I wrote down. It's so good. That whole angle was a little interesting. The Rosario Dawson thing, I was surprised security didn't try to hold her back coming into the crowd. I thought it was
Rosario Dawson, man. So for those who aren't aware of the backstory, as you may or may not know, Cody Rhodes has his reality based, or it's not a reality based, but it's like a talent based show.
The Go Paul White show.
The Go Big Show. That's right. Okay, so Rosario Dawson is another judge on that. So obviously they have a working relationship. She came out during Malachi Black's. Well, she came out from the fans, from the stands, and Malachi got in her face, and we saw Cody come in through the crowd.
Yeah, hold on. What was that about? Where was Cody at? Cody's in his suit, and he came like from the other side of the arena, from the crowd, like the furthest possible way that you could save Rosario. He made it work, but I thought that was kind of random. Like, what was Cody doing? Was he in the merch lines? I don't know.
I would say probably so to make it more natural when they're fighting through the crowd. But also, hey, he's got a little baby. Maybe they're up in a club box, in the little nursery in the club box, and he's taking care of business and taking care of family business all at the same time. He's a Renaissance man. He's got a lot of he wears many hats, we should say.
I love the stories you're telling me. You got answers.
Well, and I'm so glad that was the first note that you picked up, because the first note I was going to pick up was huge fan of the Cape. Reminds me of Frank Costanza's lawyer. To our Seinfeld fans out there, if there's any out there listening. And that reminds me, I'm sorry to get off topic, but I do have to apologize to our very first giveaway winners. I mentioned to Snow Jordan and Miss Keys that I would be mailing out their giveaway wins over the weekend. That did not happen. I'm sorry. They're still here. I apologize. It's been a crazy week. I'm hoping to get them out tomorrow or Friday at the absolute latest, but they will be out, and they should be reaching you by early next week at the absolute latest. But I mentioned that because we have yet another giveaway at bodyslam.net. This time it's the owner / Hefe himself who's up with the Win Our Stuff giveaway, and he has gotten a unopened Edge Funko Pop, Rated R Superstar Funko Pop that he's going to win. And all you have to do to win is go follow us on Twitter at bodyslam_pod. The first tweet that's pinned up to the top is the giveaway. Screenshot a picture showing proof that you follow us on YouTube and that you subscribe to us. Throw that in the comments, and we're going to pick a winner from that. And, as you'll see, eventually you get your prizes. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to us and hit us up on Twitter. Show us that you subscribed, and you'll be entered to win a Edge Funko Pop.
Ooh, and then I got one coming up next for the giveaway. I got something next. I'm on deck after Cass.
Oh, okay. I actually already have a few things back
so,
around myself, but
yes.
I'm feeling more T-shirts too. I think I got some T-shirts I got to give away. I teeter between large and XL though, so I feel like I have different sizes to give away.
This is perfect because what you just said reminded me of Dan Lambert in his promo tonight, in which he said he was going on ripping AEW fans, hitting up the merch lines, in which they're out of men's smalls and women's extra large.
You love him, don't you?
He's good. I like him. He's like that because I never really hear that much negative stuff about AEW. So it's almost like that the devil on the shoulder of just like all the stuff that you do hear, those things, like he just says them out loud. I actually like I like his persona and that he just says that. And like he said, when Jericho came out to interrupt him, like out of all the people, I didn't think you would come out to.
Right.
But I was into that whole little setup for that match. He's entertaining. I
hate him, and it's not because he's not good. I hate him because I hate that anybody's taking the mic away from Ethan Page. That dude doesn't need a mouthpiece. I want to see Ethan Page on the mic. I want to see him unleashed. And I was so happy when I saw him pop up in AEW because I thought that was going to happen. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing him partnered up with Scorpio Sky because I love him too, and I love the two of them together. I don't know. I wish that they would put Lambert on somebody else that really needs a mouthpiece. You know what I mean? Not just put them together because they can generate so much heat together, I guess.
Yeah. And they link them, and then they can bring in all the UFC people and kind of just have like a faction.
What'd you think about Jericho jumping on the, I beat up UFC guys in the back? Like, did you like that or not? I thought about you when that happened, when he said that.
Yeah, it was all right because it's one of those, if like you get it or like I get that reference, I know, but he didn't ever say any names, I don't think. Didn't he say Beast?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't say them direct. I mean.
And he said Bill. I think he said Bill, too, for the Goldberg thing. You feel like he reminds people of what he did in WWE too much?
I mean, that's his. I feel like that's his thing. I feel like I don't know. That's all he. On his podcast and stuff. It's all about. I don't know. I like Jericho, but at the same time, I've always had this. He's created everything. He's one of those like
he's the Kevin Bacon of he's the Kevin Bacon of wrestling.
Yeah, like
or he's like the Will.I.am of wrestling. He's in 10% of everything.
Yeah, he lets it be known a lot too,
Right.
which.
And I guess it's kind of a dick move for me to be like, oh, why is he referencing that 20-year career that he's got? But at the same time, I don't know. It's nah, you know what? I'm just being a hater right now. There's nothing wrong with it. As I'm hearing myself say it, I'm like, nah, like why shouldn't he say that? It makes sense. It's relevant.
That's his, yeah, and that's also that's his thing. It's always been his thing to kind of hype himself up.
Dude, I love 2.0. I'm glad that they're not in NXT anymore, too. I'm glad that they're in AEW. I hope they're happy there because they're really gonna be able to make the most of their just natural charisma.
And they already are. I mean,
yeah. I just did whatever you want to take a swing at me, bro. He'll like say it to like the female commentator. Like,
I mean, and I was even watching their YouTube stuff before, and I always thought they were. I always thought they were really funny. They reminded me of just like the same kind of not the same, like, but like that during that time, like that Breezango comedy act kind of, which they still carry over. I mean, there's a lot. I don't know. I'm just a fan of some comedy wrestling.
Breezango are your favorites, but of all of the ones that I said I'm not going to talk about WWE, but of all of the people
they don't work for WWE.
They were never in NXT.
Who?
2.0.
Oh yeah, no. I thought we were still talking about Breezango. I was like,
but that's what I'm saying. When all those releases happened,
yeah.
I feel like you were the most upset. Obviously, Breezango, you have a big, you like them a lot, but 2.0, you were really upset about, and they got scooped up real quick, and they are definitely making the most of it. One of I always forget their names, and I feel like a jerk about it, but one of them's the BTE champion right now. Just beat Marco Stunt in the last episode on Monday.
I remember
gave him blackjack.
I saw a tweet with them with it, but I remember I only saw the openings, the beginning of it with Adam Cole and all them kind of catching up on everything that was going on, which was good. But I didn't get to finish the rest of it yet, actually.
Right. Gotcha. I got a few other. I love seeing FTR back in the ring. I'm so happy that Cash is feeling better and that he's all good to be able to get back to wrestling.
We got him twice tonight, too.
Yeah, it's true. I had a note earlier, and it said, I love how Pinnacle is a thing, but they don't all come out together. And then by the end of that segment with FTR, I was like, never mind.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
That match was awesome, though. FTR, Dante Martin, Matt Sydal.
Absolutely. I really, really hope that they do. I just want to see FTR dress up as Tango and Cash at some point. I want to see Tango and Cash. Like, I don't know. It's right there for the taking.
You've been pushing for it for years.
For a long since they were in that other company.
we don't talk about them. So it's perfect.
Since before he took the name Cash. What are you thinking about MJF and the way he's going at Brian Pillman? Are you liking this feud so far?
Yeah, I like it how they transitioned, and Pillman, I mean, with the Varsity Blondes had their nice little run. They had their tag team title shot, and I think it's a perfect little. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a great feud for MJF after the whole Jericho stuff, kind of almost figuring out where's he going to be leaning towards? Is he going for the title soon enough? But it's a good middle right now. Nice little feud to have, especially when you had the face in his hometown and all that last week. So, and they've been building it up. Just, it's not been that long, but it took a little promo, a little calling out in a hometown, and it's been great. And he's been getting a lot of heat online for it.
Yeah. Well, obviously MJF knows how to get heat, but I love to see the push for Pillman. It's cool to see.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
go ahead.
no, just it would be crazy if he could get like a nice win.
Right.
I don't see it
Nah.
happening.
MJF is still undefeated. When he loses, it's going to be.
Wait, is it? Wait, he's undefeated?
Well, no, I guess Jericho just beat him. That would have been his first loss, right?
Is he? But is he going to like kind of dispute that still?
Maybe. But I'm pretty sure that's his first recorded loss, isn't it? I don't remember him losing before that. If anybody's listening in the comments, I know we probably have a fraction of the amount of listeners since Cass isn't on. There's no scoops, no news, just a couple of jabronis. And me.
They'll see it. They'll see it later. If not,
Anna Jay's back. I love that. Huge. Everybody. I mean, who doesn't love Anna Jay? Anna Jay. Anna Jay. Am I right?
but even that was a very small. Like they did a little vignette. They did a little promo for the match with her with the bunny. They did a backstage vignette with her real quick with the Dark Order, and kind of that told the Dark Order kind of still feuding story. And then they got away from it. But just like that quick 40-second gap where they can show like a little promo and then a little backstage segment and just tell a little match of the story that's coming up this Friday, and then just move on to. I just think the way that the show is planned out is just on.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. Dude, we blew through all my notes. Honestly, it was a good show. It definitely set up a pay-per-view feel for next week between all of the matches that we have on Dynamite and Rampage next week for what they're calling the Grand Slam. You get Adam Cole and the Bucks against Christian and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. That'll be awesome.
Super Click.
Super Click, baby. I can't wait for Mount Rushmore, though.
Well, you got spoilers here?
I mean, hey, at this point, it's nothing confirmed. It's not a scoop. This is just coming from me. But I can't wait for the return of Mount Rushmore. That's when I'll feel like all of my chips are in the AEW basket as far as like clear favorite, because I still love watching both. But man, once that happens, you know how much I love Kevin Steen. So.
Oh, I can't even. Bray Wyatt. I don't even. Come on, we can't start on this again now. Get me too excited over here. We have to. So I want to ask you about something which I've been seeing a lot. AEW gets a lot of stuff for the women not getting a lot of time. What were your thoughts on that tonight?
I never saw that as an issue.
I
feel like they get a lot of, and honestly, if people are saying that, then they're not watching Dark and they're not watching Elevation too. I mean, a lot of the women that they have are getting those matches with the few women they have that have a lot of clout. They're just on those shows because a lot of the females that they have, they're training them. They're training them on their shows. It's just not the shows that you set your DVR to. It's the one that's free on YouTube. So I never really bought into that. I don't understand a lot. I think it's just people hating because they want to hate. But even the weeks that there's not a lot of women on the TV shows, I think they balance it out with shows like tonight. I mean, you had a great match with Jade Cargill and Layla Hirsch. They're building Jade Cargill to be like a monster. You had Nyla came out, right? Or was that on? Because I was watching Dark earlier. She might have been on Dark.
Yeah, that was Dark.
But so you had 2 women's matches, and you had what, three or 4 men's matches. So I don't think there's an issue with it.
I think everything you went on there about was perfectly said. So
thank you.
I highly agree with it, because I just feel like it's those people, again, like you said, their DVR is not set to it. So it's like I think these people are the ones that just look at Dynamite and break down and be like, there was 4 men's matches and 1 women's match.
Right.
And there was like 4 backstage segments with men and like 1 with the women's, but it was real. Like, I think they just break. I don't know, but also I just feel like it's people who are just upset and don't like good things.
Yeah. Not to mention, they are getting bombarded with new male talent. Like, if you look at all of the male talent that they've signed in the past couple of months, it's staggering. You know what I mean? And they demand attention because they're new, fresh people on the brand. But look at all of the stars, the female stars that they have, a lot of which were, even if they've done stuff on the indies and made a name for themselves, they're name brand people now, or household names at least, because of what they've done in AEW. Chris Statlander, Penelope Ford, even Britt Baker. You could say she was a name before she got there, but I mean, look at what she's done since she's got there. It's Anna Jay, Allie, the Bunny. Thunder Rosa definitely had a following before she got there, but again, they have so much talent there. All of the people that I didn't mention, like, I don't know.
I wanted to hear your thoughts, and I love that you. It was perfect.
My girl Red Velvet, stirring it up, baby. Love me some Red Velvet, dude.
I want to mention this as well. Are you excited about watching Miro destroy a vehicle maybe this week, potentially?
I'm excited for Miro to destroy. I love when he talks like he's some kind of like prophet, but like also sounds like he's joking at the same time. Like, it wasn't on Dynamite. It might have been at All Out or leading into All Out, but it was. He said something about like, I will like sanctify you and my balls or something like that. He just like said the word balls as he's like saying like a prayer in his promo. It's so funny. But
when he said that, I instantly thought of, I guess it's Street Fighter when you punch the car and you have to like destroy it by kicking it and punching it and doing the fast arm chop.
Oh, you might be
until
right.
The car gets like I think, because I remember
was it Fist of Rage? Remember that game?
Who's the big green guy with the orange spiked hair?
Damn. You know what? I was never good with remembering names from that.
From
to be honest with you, I only played at the arcades. I never had any Street Fighter games.
Damn it!
Sorry, homie.
No, it's just what I thought of. I just want to see Miro just destroy Fuego's car. That's all.
I keep waiting for someone to help us out in the comments, and they're just not coming.
They don't.
I feel like we're just talking to ourselves right now. No one's listening. No one's watching.
We're just like a Linkin Park song.
I don't want to know. I don't know why I sang that when you said Linkin Park.
I guess, why does Matt Hardy's like logic for getting his nose busted is he's really obsessed with wanting to shave Orange Cassidy's head. It's like he said that's one of the qualities about him, and he's like, I'm gonna start by shaving his head, and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
I can sympathize with that because I really want to shave Cass's head. I keep trying to get him to do a hair versus hair prediction show with me. He won't do it. He says that the hair is his moneymaker.
Yeah, I'm trying to feud with him about that one, and
I told him straight up virtually to his face on the show that you got better hair.
I appreciate that. And I also, the last time he was on, I like pulled it out when we were on with Andrea last week. And I don't know, he still gets praise from it. It's good old pal Kate I saw tweet now. I'm saying he has some great flow. And I interjected. I was like, excuse me, man. Don't make me do it again.
And to be honest, I took that personally. All right, Jordan.
Damn it. That's perfect.
Last note that I want to mention, there's a few things that I have written down here, not worth mentioning, but I do love seeing the Gun Club. They had a big swerve where they turned on the Nightmare Family, and it looks like they're going to be heels now and get a little bit of a push. I just love seeing it. I love seeing Billy Gunn in the ring looking like he hasn't aged in 25 years, and I love seeing that he's in there with his two sons that both look like, I don't know. It's just cool to see. It's really cool to see. And actually, you know what? This brings me to one point that I want to ask you. Ring of Honor does this, and I was thinking that one good thing about having so much congestion in AEW without a whole lot of titles to go after is that it makes those titles so much more prestigious. But do you think that there should be another title in AEW? And if so, what do you think about them having a 6-man title?
It seems that's going to be the case, which, again, I only compare this to, and I don't want to bring them up, certain companies who have tag team titles for women, and there's like 3.5 teams.
Right.
I think that's ridiculous. But if there is enough trios teams, which I think they're leaning towards, like I think they do have it, and this like they're trademarking Super Click and stuff. I feel like that's what's leading up. And then what's that lead? We got the men and women's title, the TNT title, the tag titles, and then this trios title.
I think that would be great. First of all, I want to make a point to Cassidy Haynes, the owner / Jefe, who, can't. He's too sick to be on the show, but isn't too sick to jump on, watch the show, and talk shit on us hating on his hair.
My hair cannot be contained. I heard you knocking my hair, Dom. I'm an elephant and will not forget this. I think he's heavily on like cough medicine right now, so there's a chance he could forget this.
Jersey Haynes. Anyway,
this reminds me of Dom. Are you a fan of SNL?
Are you kidding me?
I know. This is why it was like a layup. Do you remember
is the bear Catholic? Does the Pope shit in the woods? Of course, I like SNL.
Chris Kattan did the
Monkey Man?
Antonio Banderas.
Okay.
How do you say? Yes, show. And he ended up always where Horatio Sands, he would slowly wanting to take his shirt off, but Horatio Sands would be like, no, stop. It's too sexy. Too sexy.
Yes, I do remember that now. That's the only part of it that I remember is Horatio Sands. Too sexy.
And then he would stop, but then finally he keeps saying it's too sexy, but then finally he would be like, but I must, and he'd do it. That's what I'm doing now with my hair, but I must. Cass, come on, dude.
Wait, all of that was just for.
I also just wanted to mention,
I thought you were going to shout out Norm Macdonald. Rest in peace.
Please. We could have done a whole show about Norm Macdonald, honestly. Me and the wifey were literally like, the Norm Show is one of my all-time favorite sitcoms. His small-lived sports show on Comedy Central was hilarious. One of the greatest late night talk show guests of all time. Dirty Work's my all-time favorite movie. Sucks.
Greatest cameo of all time is his role in Billy Madison.
Dirty Kids Lunches, man. Hey, Billy. He's in school, man.
Hey, who would you rather bone?
That's the best line of the movie.
Yeah, right? And I love how when he goes, Jack Nicholson now or 78? And he says 78, and then he still has to think about it. Like,
it's great. Yes, but yes, I was watching nonstop Norm Macdonald just videos on Twitter, scrolling through the feed. Bummer. Cass, our hair will fight.
Wait,
by the way, it looks like.
Can you get this hater out of the comments?
I bleached my hair like a middle schooler. Nah, dude. This is the sun, baby.
Cass, guess what? We are the captain now. This is our thing.
This is the sun, and you can't see the grays here, but
You know what? I will be honest with you, and Cass, I'll give you your props here. When it comes to the gray hairs, nobody's got cooler gray hair than Cassidy Haynes. Dude's got straight up wingtips like Paulie, and it's all natural, as far as I know.
That's a title to have. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
So, what do you say, homie? Should we wrap it up? Because the only person that's commenting with us is Cass.
He seems, he's attacking us because of the cough syrup. He said so.
All right, Jersey. Thanks for dropping by and hitting us up in the comments. Mr. Topher McCann, thank you so much for jumping on and make sure to the listeners, if you're out there, to shout out his show, the jaBROnis with Mr. Michael Butler. And also my show, The Push, with Cassidy Haynes, which I don't even know if we have a regular schedule anymore, man. It feels like that we just we're like adapting a Barstool, like ensemble cast approach where it's kind of just like plugging in and out. We might even have some new shows on the horizon. We'll see. We got SmackDown at the mention at the end, but we're all going to be going to doing a little fun stuff at SmackDown next week. So it's true. Hey, you know what? Now that we're wrapping it up, let's talk about WWE. All right. But yeah, look, I'm sure we'll have the post show for Rampage on Friday. I don't know who will be there. I will be heading up the mountain. So I'll tell you what, tweet us out. Let us know who from the Body Slam crew you want to see. We got a whole cast out there now. I'll be at a strip club. Really? But maybe, but I could probably maybe do the post show from the strip club if they'll allow me. Are you really going to the strip club on Friday? Maybe. I was gonna say, what are you like planning it from now? Like schedule it. Like, what do you have on your day planner? Like Friday night day trips. My wife's in the room, so I'm not going to a strip club on Friday or Saturday. Gonna go to church. And everyone else. Let's get the hell out of here. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. Peace. God bless.